A list. A list of what? List of names. I don't even know if I should say this on YouTube, but specifically to be girls. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, what the heck? And I was thinking in my head, like, don't come to me. Do not talk to me. I guess we're gonna find out today because I have a story for y'all. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Sweet with a Twist. This is episode 3. We're gonna keep rolling them out for y'all guys. It is also Good Friday, so happy Good Friday to everyone out there. May God be with you and have had a great week. This was Holy Week, the week before Jesus' resurrection from the grave, which is Sunday, Easter. I am Skylar Sweet, your host of this lovely, fun, authentic, real, everything you think of podcast. So I want to thank you guys. 509 followers with I think 12.6K, so 12,600 likes, which is absolutely insane. So I would like to thank all y'all guys for that. That was crazy. It's because Chris Brown, I didn't know so many people were just like down with Chris Brown. And I have some more coming for y'all guys, so stay tuned for those TikTok videos. Also, I posted my episode 2 today, so it will be out at 4:30 p.m. So please go check that out. And we only go up from here, guys. Like, that's literally what it is. So today's episode is going to be about our girls really undercover secret FBI agents. I guess we're gonna find out today because I have a story for y'all. I'm like a gum fiend. When I was younger, I used to always like chew on gum. Like, it was an addiction. It's gonna be a story, but it's like a backstory. So basically, it's junior year of high school. Like I said before in my introducing episode 1, go check that out as well. I was a very active student, an active kid in school. Junior year, I was in a lot of clubs, and plus I was the leader of 2 clubs. I was the president of United Teen Helpers, which was actually like passed down to me from one of my friends, who was actually the founder of that club. And then I was the vice president of Avid Club. And I'll go into all that, next time. So that's the backstory. So, and then I was in Carousel Roses my junior year, because that's when you could join, was your junior year. But they didn't technically have a junior year because they never found a teacher to take over host of junior year. So technically they didn't have it like at all. So basically, I was in a bunch of extracurriculars. And so, of course, extracurriculars come with you staying after school. I would stay after school a lot. I don't remember what day this was or anything like that. But this happened a few times. So there's just the first time it happened, it was a sunny day, like whatever. I was getting ready to, I was waiting for my mom to pick me up. So I actually was sitting, I think, inside, but then it got to, I guess, a rule where they didn't allow students to sit inside the school anymore. So you had to go outside and wait. So I was sitting inside, but then, they're like, oh, you have to go outside. So I went to go sit outside, and there's actually other students there waiting for rides and everything. And I just sat on the steps, and there's this like guy who was like, lingering around too. I thought, oh, he's probably waiting for a ride too, whatever. And there was like other students on the other side too, because there's I mean, there's two entryways, but really the front entryway is where the front like desk or office was, which is where I was sitting. And then there's another side to the school where you can sit, and that had like benches and stuff. So I was sitting basically at the office, in front of the office, and he was like walking around, whatever. I think on my phone and doing like other things, so I wasn't really just looking at him. But I got to a point like I kept seeing him and he was like talking to girls. Just girls. Like there was guys out here too, mind you. There was like boys waiting too, but he was just talking specifically to the girls. I was like, okay, whatever. I think there was a girl like somewhere nearby where I was sitting, and I heard him like ask her like something about like what time it is. She told him. Then he started asking like personal questions like, do you have a boyfriend? All this stuff, right? I was like, what the heck? And I was thinking in my head, like, don't come to me. Do not talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Well, actually, he starts walking like right by me. And I'm thinking, don't you have, there's so much other space you could be walking. Like, why are you walking right by me? And at some point, I think I see one of my friends. And I was like, oh, like, she's out here too. So I walked over to where she was sitting. And so it was like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know you're out here. Like, how are you? You know, like, what's up? And then she tells me, like, did you see that guy? Because he's, like, still walking around. I was like, yeah. And so she said that he asked her, my friend, if she had a boyfriend. And I think she said, I don't remember what she said, yes or no or something. And then he said, I think she said no. And then he said, oh, well, can I take you on a date? And she was like, no, like, I'm good. And then basically he kept bothering her. And I said, what? No way. So she was saying, like, thank you that, you know, thank God that I found you, or like you found me and saw me. So like you can like sit here with me. I was like, yeah, for sure. So like, I like stayed with her until she got picked up and everything. And then I think I was by myself again. So he eventually goes to the other side of the school. Like, I was like, okay, that's weird, whatever. Then I see a teacher, like one of the principals, actually recognized him. And I could kind of hear most of their conversation. And she was asking him, what are you doing here? Like, you're not supposed to um, be here or something. And I was like, what? And so then I hear later that he, like, she's still talking to him, that he got expelled from his old high school, his old school. I was like, to the other side. So I was like, thank God. So my ride gets here. So I went home. Then I don't know if this was the next day. Like, this was a long time ago, but I think it was over a few days later. Like a few days later, I'm with my very friend that was outside waiting for a ride that same day. Well, we had, um, no, we didn't have classes together. We waited for her to get out of her English class. And then she started talking, and then she told me that her friend that I kind of like knew, duh. Mind you, we're all girls, right? She tells me that her friend, let's just call, I think her, I don't even really remember her name, but let's just say her name is Lisa. Lisa actually had the same interaction with this weird guy that she had the other day. I was like, no way. She was like, yeah. So she knew who she was talking about. And so then she tells me that I don't even know who this guy. I was like, I don't know who this guy is either. I've never seen him on campus before. I've never like, I've never seen him. Okay, but it's high school, so like, you don't see a lot of people. But the vibes that he gave were straight up creepy. Okay, so we're both like, yeah, that's so weird. And then I think a week later, I'm after school again, waiting for a ride, and I was with one of my friends, Valeria, and I think we were all like waiting. And basically, we see him again. And I think I was with Annie. We see him again, and they both recognized him. And I was like, no way, y'all guys like know this guy? And they're like, yeah, he's so weird. I was like, duh, you're telling me. Oh my gosh. So then I was like, do y'all guys know him? Like, I've never seen him before. They're like, no, I don't. And I think it was mostly me, but I was like, bro, we should like find out who this guy is. Like, first off, he's acting weird. He's creeping girls out. Like, it's not it. And no one knows who he is. Like, this is not it. So I said, we need to find out who this guy is. Like, right now. Like, we should have been found out like yesterday, like 2 days ago. So that's what we do. We find out who his true identity, who this guy really is. So this was over like a course, like it didn't even take us that long. It was like over a course, I think, of a week. And so I'm like, bro, I'm gonna look at Instagram pictures. I'm gonna like do any and everything I could. Like, so I think one of my friends, Valeria, she, I think, got a picture of him or something. You know, kind of like snuck a picture. And we basically found, or she did, kind of me. We found his Instagram. His name on there was Michael or something. It was like, what? Then we found another, I think, Instagram or something, and it was a different name. It was like Xavier or something. And then he was telling us, because he actually came up to one of them and told them his name. He used a different name. So he was using like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different names. Like, what's really going on here? So I said, no way. And the Instagram account had no pictures, nothing. I think it barely even had followers. So what we do is, I think we even found this Michael. So we're like, well, most people use their Instagram like as a with their real names or whatever. So we were like, let's find out and try to get like his number or like who he really is. So then I think we even got a phone number. I don't know if it was like his, like if it was a working phone number or not, but we got a phone number. Um, what else? We actually created, not me, but we created like an account, an Instagram account to kind of like communicate with him, like message him and stuff. And I don't know if one of them ever got a reply, but basically the guy was weird. We kind of found out his true identity. Like I said, we found out the school that he was expelled from, which was not too far from our school, but like it was in the same school district. Um, we got a phone number. We found out his real Instagram. Like it was, and it had his profile picture was a picture of him. Forgot to say that. Like, if that's not more of like red flags going on, then I don't know what is. So I said, nah, like I'm not messing with this guy. Like I'm so done. All this information. I said, oh no, I'm staying ways away from him. Um, I don't know if this was homecoming time or what, but around, I think a few months later, like I didn't hear from him. I never saw him really that much ever again. Nothing, right? So a few months pass. I'm still a junior in high school. I kind of forgot about him. Like I never saw him again. Okay, whatever. My friend, the first one that I was sitting with outside, who he asked, does she have a boyfriend and stuff? Her name is Jessica. So a few months past, Jessica, like I'm walking with her because it was pep rally day. I remember this. It was pep rally day, And normally our pep rallies are in the morning, but this one was like different. But basically, she asked me, had I seen this creepy guy again? I was like, no, I haven't seen him since. Like, and I told her about, my other friends and how we found out about him and stuff. So she was like, oh, really? I was like, no, I haven't seen him again. So then she tells me her friend, the same friend, Lisa, she tells me that she actually saw him, I think, in like the cafeteria or something. And she heard that he had a list. A list. I was like, huh? A list of what? Like, like Jessica. This is not even funny. Jessica tells me that he has a list of names. Of names. Names. Dude, this, I don't even know if I should say this on YouTube, but it's like a list of, it was like a hit list. I was like, what? So I think it was like, she said about like 15 names. I said, no way. And I think she even got like a picture or something. I said, I hope I'm not on that list. And the reason why I said I hope I'm not on that list is because he recognized me. However many times I would see him, he knew who I was. Okay? I didn't necessarily like know his name, but he knew my face. I think he knew my name because my friends would say my name. But we knew each other. Like, I knew you, you see me, I see you. And I knew that he knew me because I knew him. Like, we recognize each other's faces. So it's like, oh man, I hope I'm not on that list. And so I said, when was this? Like, I was highly alarmed. And then she said something about, yeah, I was like, well, is he going to do something? Like what? And then she said, I don't know, but like, that's so scary. I said, yeah, because, we all know, about school, shootings. Like, what is going on? So I was really scared. I was like, well, this is just great. Um, then after that, it never happened, by the way. It never happened. Um, and then I guess it kind of ended there. When senior year came around, I never saw him again. So he obviously left the school. But yeah, that's literally my story about creepy guys and finding their true identity, because it's a lot of people out here that, I was like, but yeah, that's my story about, and every girl had the same experience with him. So I don't know if like enough girls reported it or something, and he, got expelled again or what. But he wasn't there senior year. I never saw that guy again. But it was just really creepy. It was one of the most uncomfortable situations I've had to be in, and not know like who this guy really was, what his real intentions were, um, or anything like that. So it was really uncomfortable. But yeah, be careful out there. Um, this is anywhere, in school, work, stores, parking lots. Like, it was very crazy how we found out like all this information about him. So guys, watch out, because don't mess with us girls. We will find out everything. Most of the time we already know, but just know we come with receipts. We come with proof. So don't play with us. Don't play with us. Okay. 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 And plus, I have another story, but it's gonna be separate about how I created a fake account. Anyway, you might want to know about it. Um, but that'll be it for this podcast episode. I wanted to like change it up and stuff, so hopefully y'all guys enjoyed it. Bro, I can't believe we did that. That was like girl power. I felt so great in that moment. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next podcast episode. Give this a thumbs up, comment down below. If y'all guys enjoyed this, what other topics or whatever y'all guys want to see and hear from me. And I will see y'all guys later. Have an amazing Good Friday. Have a great Easter. I think I'll be posting Easter. I'm trying to just like figure out what we're gonna be doing. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye.